Friends, welcome back to a new session. So in this video we are discussing about derive integration formula by successive reduction. So let's begin. So before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more informational updates. So in this video we are looking at derivation, that is for integral sin raised to mx cos raised to nx dx. Where note that m and n values are belongs to natural numbers. So here we put it as I m comma n, which is equal to integral of sin raised to mx cos raised to nx dx. So how to find a solution for this integration? By using the successive reduction method. So let's begin the derivation. So first we want to do that I m comma n here. So here I m comma n means that integration of the sine function have the power m and cos function have the power n here. So here integral sin raised to mx here. So in the next step we want to write it as integral sin raised to m minus 1x into cos raised to nx into sin raised to 1x dx here. So note here that when solving this equation, then we can get the previous same step, that is no changes, that is here sin raised to m minus 1 and sin raised to 1 is existing. That means that m minus 1 plus 1 here, that is minus 1 and plus 1 will be cancelled and get m here. That is the power of sine function here existing. So in the next step I m comma n, which implies that by using the integration by parts. So note here that put a sin raised to m minus 1x as the first function and the cos raised to nx and the sin x as second function here. Then by using the principle or the integration by parts, which means that, so we already talked about that integration by parts, the equation of integration by parts in the previous video. So we know the formula for the integration by parts, which is equal to first function into integral of second dx minus integral of derivative of the first function into the integral of second dx, then whole dx here. This is the formula for integration by parts here. So put this first function and the second function in this formula, then we get it as I m comma n, which is equal to, here first function is sin raised to m minus 1x here, and we want to take an integral of second dx. Integral of second dx means that the, here note that integral of second, that is cos raised to nx sin x dx minus integral of d by dx of the first, that is the derivative of the first function, d by dx of the sin raised to m minus 1x dx here, which into the same one, that is the integral of the second term, that is integral of into integral of cos raised to nx sin x dx here, and put the whole dx here, whole dx. So in the next step we can find a solution for this, that is sin raised to m minus 1x into, note here that integral of cos raised to nx sin x. So we can use the integration of the solution for this integration by a appropriate substitution method. So let's find it. So note here that the sine function, which is the derivative of the cos function here. So to find the integration of cos raised to nx into sin x dx here, so first we want to do that integral of cos raised to nx sin x, that is put t is equal to, by substitution put t is equal to cos x here, then we get dt divided by dx, which is equal to minus sin x, that is the derivative of cos function, which is equal to minus sin x. Then find the value for dx, which is equal to minus dt divided by sin x here. So that is putting these values in this equation, then which implies that integral of cos raised to nx, that is cos, which is converted into t, that is t raised to n into sin x into dx, the value for dx, which is equal to minus dt divided by sin x here. that is sin x and sin x will be cancelled, and minus 1 which will be taken into outward, that is minus 1 into integral of t raised to n dt here, which is equal to minus 1 into t raised to n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Put the value for t, which is equal to t is equal to cos x here, that is minus 1 into cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1, that is minus cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1. So this is the solution for integral of cos raised to nx sin x here. So note here that we can use this formula, then substitute the cos raised to nx dx, that is substitute the integral of cos raised to nx sin x by substituting the value minus cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 here, then minus integral of d by dx of sin raised to m minus 1 x dx. So which means that we can easily find that solution for that in derivative of the d by dx of the sin raised to m minus 1 x there. That means that the m minus 1 into derivative which is equal to m minus 1 into sin raised to m minus 1 x into derivative of the sin x by chain rule, that is d by dx of sin x which is equal to cos x here. Then we get it as m minus 1 into sin raised to m minus 2 x into cos x. So we can substitute this value here, then we get it as m minus 1 into sin raised to m minus 2 x into cos x. Then again put this same value, there is no change, that is integral of cos raised to n x sin x dx here, that is the value which is equal to minus cos n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1, put the whole dx. So in the next step we can find the solution that I m comma n which is equal to, here there is no change, we can arrange these things, that minus first and sin raised to m minus 1 x into cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 here, then apply the minus, and note here that here a minus here existing, then minus and minus which is equal to plus here, into take the m minus 1 and n plus 1 outward, that is m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 here. Then apply that integral of sin raised to m minus 2 x cos x. So note here that here we can add these things, that is cos x into cos raised to n plus 1 x, which means that cos raised to n plus 2 here, that is cos raised to n plus 2 x here. Then apply the dx here. So in the next step, which is equal to I m comma n which is equal to minus sin m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into integral of sin m minus 2 x into, note here that here cos raised to n plus 2 x here existing, so we can write it as by cos raised to nx into cos square x dx. So in the next step, minus sin m minus 1 minus sin raised to m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 integral of sin raised to m minus 2 x cos raised to nx into, note here that cos square x here existing, so we can substitute by using the trigonometric identity, we can replace it by as 1 minus sin square x dx. So in the next step, I m comma n which is equal to minus sin raised to m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into integral, note here that we can open this bracket by multiplying this complete term with by opening this bracket, then we get it as n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into integral of sin raised to m minus 2 x cos raised to nx, then applying minus here, then we get n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into integral of sin raised to m minus 2 x cos raised to nx into sine square x here with the dx, here dx also. So again in the next step, im comma n, which is equal to minus sine raised to m minus 1 x cos n plus 1 cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into, note here that here integral of sine raised to m minus 2 x cos raised to n x here existing. So we can write it as I m minus 2 comma n. So we know that we've written early terms that I m comma n here, which means that we want to find that sine raised to mx and cos raised to nx dx. So here, which implies that the value for sine raised to m minus 2 cos raised to nx. So we can write it as integral, that is I m minus 2 comma n. I means that integration, and m minus 2 means that the power of the sine term, and n means that the power of the cos term here, that is I m minus 2 comma n here. Then in the next, that is minus n minus 1 n plus 1, then this term it will be written as n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into these all terms, it will be converted into, note here that sine raised to m minus 2 and sine square x, that is minus 2 and 2 will be cancelled, and we get sine raised to mx and cos raised to nx is also existing there, that is I m comma n, I m comma n here existing. Then in left hand side and the right hand side, we can see the two terms, that is I m comma n and I m comma n. Then we can take the minus of n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 I m comma n to the left hand side from the right hand side. Then we get it as I m comma n, this minus sign which will be become plus sign, then n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 I m comma n, which is equal to the same term, that is minus sine raised to m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 I m minus 2 comma n here. So note here that the I m comma n is common, then take it outside, then m comma I m comma n into 1 plus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 here. So sorry, there is a mistake that here m is existing. I mistakenly written it as n here, that is note that here not in numerator there is no n is existing, is m terms. So please check it. So here it is changed mistakenly. So here m is in numerator, that is m minus 1 divided by n plus 1. I mistakenly written it as n minus 1 divided by n plus 1. So please note that mistake and clear it. Then I m comma n into 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 here, which is equal to minus sine raised to m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into I m minus 2 comma n here. So note here that in the next step, which is equal to I m comma n, and here we can use the cross multiplication, then we get n plus 1 plus m minus 1 whole divided by n plus 1, which is equal to minus sine raised to m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1, then into I m minus 2 comma n. By solving here, the 1 plus 1 and minus 1 will be cancelled, and I m comma n into numerator m plus n is existing and denominator n plus 1, which is equal to minus sine raised to the same one, that is m minus 1 x cos raised to n plus 1 into x n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into I m minus 2 comma n here. So note here that we want to find I m comma n here, that is I m comma n, which is equal to, take this term, that is m plus n divided by n plus 1 to the right hand side from the left hand side, then we get it as minus sine raised to m minus 1 x into cos raised to n plus 1 x whole divided by n plus 1 whole divided by m plus n divided by n plus n, sorry n plus 1 plus m minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into I m minus 2 comma n. Then divide this term by m plus n divided by n plus 1. Then in the final step, we can get a formula as sin raised to m minus 1x into cos raised to n plus 1x, which is divided by, so look here that n plus 1 and n plus 1 will be cancelling and a m plus n is existing, that is m plus n here, plus here same like that n plus 1 and a n plus 1 will be cancelling and a numerator have the m minus 1 term and a denominator have m plus n term. Then I m minus 2 comma n. So this is the formula for m comma n, I m comma n here. By using the cos and sine function here, then we can write it as, note here that integral of sine raised to mx into cos raised to nx which is dx which is equal to minus sine raised to m minus 1x cos raised to n plus 1 x divided by m plus n plus m minus 1 divided by m plus n into integral of sine raised to m minus 2x into cos raised to nx dx. So this is the formula for finding integral of sine raised to mx cos raised to nx dx. So we derived the full formula with a proper explanation. So if you have any doubts, so free feel to ask in the comment box. So let's wind up this session and see you soon with a new video for this explanation and more problems and questions and its solution also based on these integration questions. So stay tuned with us.